Created by Mars Ravelo in 1964, Lastikman is one of the Philippines' earliest of the most iconic comic book superheroes. He began as a very simple and kind of man who gained extraordinary rubber-like powers after a mysterious encounter with an alien being. Using his new abilities, he transforms into Lastikman, a hero who fights crimes and defends the helpless. Lastikman reflects the resilient and adaptable nature of Filipinos. His elasticity is symbolic how but don't break. Even in the face of adversity, and also stand for justice, humility, and passion, timeless value that continue to inspire. We created this artwork to honor Lastikman's legacy and the values he represents. More than just a superhero, he is a reminder of the strength and heart that define the Filipino spirit.
Plastic Man was created by Filipino comics legend Mars Ravelo. Plastic Man appears to have debuted in comics format certainly in Aliwan Comics 1964. Line. Lines are used to convey speed and power of Plastic Man's movements, such as the use of his elastic powers through bold, flowing lines that suggest motion and energy. When Plastic Man stretches his body, the artist uses elongated, almost distorted lines to show the extreme elasticity. Shape. In the context of the Elastic Man, a Filipino superhero, the shapes in his art style are primarily geometric and simplified, with a focus on circles, rectangles, and triangles, often used to create a dynamic and energetic look. The character's design and the surrounding elements often feature basic geometric shapes like circles, rectangles, and triangles, which are easy to recognize and create a sense of order and simplicity. The art style tends to be minimalist, with shapes being bold and simplified rather than having intricate details or organic curves. The use of these shapes, along with strong lines and colors, contributes to a dynamic and energetic feel, which is fitting for a superhero. Form. In the context of the elements of art, the forms present in Elastic Man, a Filipino superhero character, are 3D shapes, specifically organic and geometric forms, as well as implied forms created through shading and perspective. Elastic Man's body, with its muscular build and flowing lines, can be considered to have organic forms. His costume, with its angular elements and defined shapes, incorporates geometric forms. His powers, like his elastic abilities and the way he manipulates his body, can be seen as a form of implied form, as the artist uses shading and perspective to make them appear three-dimensional. Color. In Elastic Man, black and white represent stark contrasts, often symbolizing good versus evil, light versus darkness, and duality of human nature. The use of black and white in Elastic Man highlights the inherent duality of human nature, where characters can be both good and evil, or where good and evil are in constant conflict. The stark contrast between black and white creates a powerful visual impact, drawing attention to the conflict and the themes of the story. Baby pink can represent innocence, gentleness, or a softer, more vulnerable side. Gray can represent neutrality, balance, and a lack of strong emotion or decision. Gray could signify the gray areas in Elastic Man's moral code, the struggles he faces, or the ambiguous nature of his actions. Texture. In the context of the Elastic Man, a Filipino superhero known for his elastic powers, the art style often depicts a rough, almost rubbery, and slight distorted texture, mimicking the elasticity and dynamic movements of his body. The Elastic Man's skin and body are often portrayed with a surface that suggests a rough, almost rubbery texture reflecting his elastic nature. His body is frequently depicted with exaggerated movements and distortions, conveying his ability to stretch and contort his body. Space. In the context of the elements of art, Elastic Man 1964 likely uses a shallow space or flat space to create a sense of depth, as it is a two-dimensional artwork. As a two-dimensional artwork, Elastic Man likely employs techniques to create the illusion of depth within the limited space of the canvas or paper. Value. In the context of the elements of art, value refers to the lightness or darkness of a color, and in the case of the Elastic Man, likely refers to the Filipino superhero. Value is used to create contrast. highly key features and evoke a specific mood or atmosphere within the artwork. For instance, a lot of dark values might create a sense of mystery or drama, while a lot of light values might create a sense of lightness or serenity. In a painting or illustration of Elastic Man, the artist might use darker values for the background to make the superhero stand out, or they might use lighter values to emphasize his elastic form and dynamic poses. Overall, that is our FCR report on the local Filipino superhero Lastic Man. It was very interesting making a digital art of Lastic Man because doing digital artworks are difficult to make when you are not used to making one. The elements of art to be found in Lastic Man were not easy to find since it's not that very noticeable at first. Though with enough patience, hard work, and searching, they were able to be spotted right away in terms of actual description facts that can be found in reference research material. Overall, Plastic Man was a very iconic Filipino superhero back in the 1960s that many Filipino youths at the time enjoyed watching his movies, shows, or reading his comics. References. Here are the links that we have searched about Elastic Man, specifically about his background, what values he embodies, along with the elements of art that were presented in said artwork of Elastic Man.